What's up, everybody? Welcome to issue 37 of the Geek Pop podcast. I'm your host, Toby, and with me, as always, is Josh.
I'm somber Joshua this week.
Josh is wallowing in self-pity because he hates the world.
Listen, it can't all be dick jokes and laughy laugh time, Toby. Sometimes we gotta have real conversations, but you just up and start the show. It's fine. It's fine.
I shut the negative train
Toby,
down.
I will put on a happy face. And I will charge forward with this dick train a-rolling.
Josh, bright skies are going to cloud up. Put on a mopey face.
I did read that Bob Ross quote today, Happy Little Trees guy, where he was like, you gotta have light with the dark, and so you know when the good times are coming. I'm waiting on the good times now. So
And yin with your yang.
yeah, I'm gonna yin your yang in a minute. Let's start this fucking podcast. Toby, I've come to you before with bathroom inquiries. In fact, I did just last week, right?
Yes.
I have another one for you that happened just yesterday. What does it weird you out when you're in a stall next to a really tall person and you can see his head over the top of the stall?
How is that possible?
Tall people, bro. Like
sitting down or standing?
No, he's standing and I was standing. Like two people standing in a stall. I look to my left and I can see over the stall and I see his like brow and the top of his head.
I mean, that's no different than standing at a urinal and seeing each other.
And these are the reasons I don't use urinals, because I don't want to make eye contact with.
Because Josh sits when he pees.
Well, no, I don't say when I pee. I just don't want to make eye contact when I'm touching my dick with
Why
another
would you
person.
make eye contact with people when you're peeing?
Because what else are you gonna do? You're standing right beside him.
You stare at the you stare straight ahead at the wall like you're in military time.
Well, I don't want to be in military time. I want to pee in privacy.
Josh, I'm going to tell you a story about pooping, because your story is stupid.
My story's not stupid. Also, it's really hard to drop your pants to your ankles when you pee when you're at a urinal. That's all I'm saying.
You just do that anyway.
Yeah, just underwear all the way down.
Josh sits when he pees. Josh, the one stall in work for me, the latch on the door is almost completely broken off.
That's a game ender for me.
It is, but that's where I like to poop in because there's more space. And the one day, I was pooping, and someone full blown tried to push the door open. So I was like, bang bang, and then I got scared and scared the poop back up. And they realized that someone was in that stall and went to the other one.
Scared the poop back up. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
It made my butthole close so tight and so hard. Like a vacuum, it pulled it back.
Like a vacuum, Jesus.
But since then, whenever I hear someone come in the bathroom now,
yeah.
I cough a couple times.
That's good.
To assert my dominance, because they must have broke that door down.
That's called the courtesy cough. You give them the courtesy cough just to let them know that someone else is in there. Because I've had really awkward situations of someone comes to the bathroom, you're being quiet because that's your natural instinct when you're shitting in public is to not make any noise. I've had people come in and do really awkward things like heavy sighs or talking to themselves and shit, and then they realize there's a person in there, and you can just feel the shame. You can feel the awkwardness just emanating from the other side of the wall.
Remember episode 5 or 6 when I posted that video for my last job?
Yeah.
People used to just blast rap music in the bathroom while they were shitting?
Those guys don't give a fuck.
That was always the best.
I really envy someone who has that little, thought about the world around him that he can just fucking take his shit in public blasting music from his phone. That must be a freeing attitude. Can you imagine what that guy's life is like?
That's a half step into I don't give a fuck land. That's pretty much I'm just living in a different sphere than the rest of everyone.
That is a full on I jumped in the deep end of don't give a fuck land. That's amazing. I wish I was him, but it's probably a shitty life too. I don't know. Yeah.
Josh, speaking of shitty lives, this is recorded on April Fool's Day.
You're an April Fool. I love April Fool's Day.
I think it's okay. I can't think of the last good prank I did. I just think of the dumb pranks I do. Every day for me is April Fool's Day when I fuck with people.
Well, yeah, true. Every when you're a fool, every day is an April Fool.
Yeah. But so I saw a couple pictures online today of what some people call pranks. And 2015, Josh, this has escalated to, I saw a picture where one guy dumped a broken glass outside his wife's window.
I saw this too.
Put a shovel through the window.
Well, he rolled the window down.
Well, okay, so he rolled the window down, but put broken glass outside, put a shovel through the window, leaned a broom against the side of her car, and pulled a shelf down in his garage to make her think that the shelf broke in the garage and broke her window.
Yeah, and I get why you don't like that, because there's actual damage and stuff that's being done. You didn't break her window, but you tore the shelf down and you poured glass out. You're more of the psychological warfare type of guy.
I told Josh today I wanted to go by the cerebral What I say?
You should probably figure out your nickname before you start using it.
I don't want to go Cerebral Assassin because that's trademarked by a
Cerebral
murderer.
Terminator? Is that what you said?
That's what I wanted to be because he dressed up like the Terminator last week.
And you think he's cool with that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to go by the Cerebral Terminator because what I did today, Josh, I masterminded this plan.
Well.
Where this one kid left for lunch. He came back from lunch, and I just smiled at him and talked to the kid that sits behind me and said, all I want you to do is say, Happy April Fools to this third party. And from that point on, for the next 4.5 hours, I systematically got the entire building to walk over to this kid and go, have you found your April Fool's joke yet?
That's incredible. That, truly, that's fantastic because, doing zero work on your part, and then it sounded like you were telling me things he was doing and saying. You had him freaking out, legitimately. You got up to use the bathroom at one point, and he was like, "Is this part of the plan?"
Yeah. So I mean, literally, I did nothing to the kid, and the whole plan was when we left for work, I was just gonna say we didn't do anything April Fools. But he was so on edge, he kept saying, "Am I gonna find it? Is something bad gonna happen to me? Am I gonna?" What's going to happen? Do I need to worry about this? So eventually I walked away to make number 2. Speaking of that earlier, I walked away for 10 minutes. I came back and he was like, is this part of your plan? So I looked at him in the eyes and I was like, if me taking a shit was part of the plan, then yes, this was part of the plan. I had people from other departments walking by and just laughing and going, did you find your April Fool's prank yet?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
That's the kind of pranks I like.
I think it says something too about how browbeaten this kid is by you normally. There's a lot of groundwork that had to be laid to get him to just readily buy into you doing horrible things to him.
I mean, if someone looked at you all day and just kept laughing, you would have to think something was going on.
You would.
And especially when other people start walking over and start instigating. If just I say it, yeah, it's questionable because I start shit a lot. But when people you barely know walk over and be like, oh, you didn't find your thing yet? And just laugh and walk away.
Yeah, you would definitely start questioning everything. Is it on my back right now? Oh god.
But it was funny because at one point too, it was the level I'd walk away and I'd times two or three people and go, okay, in 15 minutes I need you to walk back by my desk and do this, and they'd wait for me. They would actually wait so it wouldn't look that obvious. And at some other point I thought someone blew on the back of my head, so I actually jumped, and then this kid jumped and was like, what's the matter? And I said, did you just feel that? And he thought I was fucking with him even more, but I actually felt something. So my own personal demons added to his demons.
You were actually a little freaked out too, but he was all played into the psychological warfare. That's incredible.
Cerebral Terminator.
Cerebral Terminator, that's you. Because you didn't just assassinate him, you terminated him.
I broke down the building blocks of his mental stability.
How do you feel about April Fools on the internet? Because for me, April Fool's on the internet is like internet Christmas. It's the most wonderful day of the year because you get all the dumb, stupid, elaborate pranks that Google does and whoever does, Reddit does. And then you get the people who get so fucking upset about it, which is second Christmas all over again. It's people that get so worked up about April Fool's jokes because they weren't true are the most just juicy, hilarious drama that I love to read.
I just don't like it anymore because it's become such a mainstay of the internet now.
Yeah.
That pretty much all of April Fool's Day, it's unsafe to go online. I don't go on any of my normal websites because I know I can't trust anything. So even when things are announced that may or may not be true, I can't tell anymore. So I just get mad and frustrated and just close everything.
Well, I think the beautiful part about April Fool's on the internet, because it is this mainstay now, is that the things that are really, really good and really successful are obviously jokes from the very beginning, but they're just incredible. The I don't know, the Reddit button thing that they're doing now. They just started it, but it's this button that you click and it counts down, and when you click it, it resets the button, and no one knows what the objective is or what happens if it counts all the way down. Oh, it's just weird, crazy stuff like that.
Well, the one I saw today was Microsoft announced for their Lumia phones, which are the Windows 8 phones.
Yeah.
That they're releasing MS-DOS for Lumia.
That's good.
And I was looking at it, I was laughing because, it's just screenshots and shit, but it's pretty much full-blown just a DOS prompt for your phone instead. So I was laughing about that, but that's one of those things where I think it's going to turn into, well, everyone liked it so much on April Fool's Day that we made it.
Well, that's happened. That happened with, was it ThinkGeek and the 8-bit tie? Do you remember that?
Well, no, it was that, and it was the It was the Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, so dumb shit like that. Like, it's not even a joke. It's not a joke if you fake make something and then go, no, we're really making it. Yeah. Like, that's not a prank then.
Well, no, it's not a prank at all. But like, I don't know. I love the like jokey thing of it all. I got an email this morning from Redbox, like first thing in the morning, they were introducing me to Petbox, which is Redbox for your pet, and they had some of the most hilarious fake made up dog related movie titles that I've ever seen. Like, again, it was just like stupid like kid fun, but it was pretty darn good.
I would have been more accepting of this if like Dog Box actually meant like you could get dogs for a day out of a box.
No, it's like a little machine right beside your regular Redbox that your dog comes up and rents, with movies such as Koala of Duty, Advanced Snore Fair. Yeah. 50 Shades of Greyhound.
That one's okay.
With the subtitle Woof. And then my personal favorite, instead of Gone Girl, Gone Squirrel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I thought that was a really fun way to wake up at 5:22 in the morning and read that.
Why don't you just put like real movies in there? Like, there's a fucking movie called The Bone Collector. Like, why don't you just throw that one in there? Because it's fucking about dogs.
That's true. It would have been funnier if it was just like, if it was just like a screen that was just all Air Bud movies.
And then there's like Hockey Bud and Football Bud. And
yeah.
They're all there.
They're all there. Every one of them.
All the hits.
You could fill up an entire Redbox with Air Bud movies.
So you're happy today?
I'm happy. It's like Internet Christmas. I'm into it.
Okay.
I saw a picture where someone put a fish in their drawer, in someone's drawer. Like, they lined it so the water wouldn't leak out. They filled it with water and then put a fish in it in his drawer.
But how do you clean up after that? How don't you kill the fish, Josh?
I mean,
how don't you kill the fish?
Tell me, that fish is a goner. Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
See, that's bullshit.
This fish.
Now you're killing fish. How's that a prank?
I mean, like, Walmart sells fish. How many of those fish you think live more than a week?
None of them, because if you go online and look, there's constantly pictures of, why does Walmart even have an aquarium section while the fish are just dead?
Yeah, that you walk by it and they're all just floating upside down anyway. So this fish was alive in the drawer. He's already been like, he's living on borrowed time. I mean, it's fine. They're fish. Toby, we won. We grew arms and legs. We're allowed to kill them for jokes. It's fine.
You're a bad person.
Yeah. So are you telling me you're against like fishing? Like you would not eat fish?
Me doing the actions is not the same as me doing the actions.
So you wouldn't go fishing. You wouldn't go throw a rod.
I do go fishing, and then all my friends made fun of me for not knowing how to fucking put a worm on a hook, because that's not how I fish.
How do you fish?
Then you fucking have to stab the worm.
How do you
So
fish?
then everyone's calling me a bitch, and I catch the first fish and put them all in their fucking places, and then I start freaking out because I don't know how to take the fish off the hook without hurting the fish. So I'm screaming, help me get the fish off the hook, with everyone laughing at me. And that's to the point where I'm almost in tears because no one's helping me.
I found the button. And it's fishing. They were making fun of you for being a bitch. I hate to like burst your bubble. You were kind of being a bitch.
I don't like hurting things.
You're not hurting. I mean, you're taking.
Oh, really?
You're unhurting the fish by taking the hook out of his mouth.
Hey, Josh, that's like me saying, here, have a cheeseburger. And as soon as you bite the cheeseburger, I punch you in the face.
But that part had already happened. Like, that ship had sailed. You had already hurt the fish by punching him in the face. Now you have to, like, soothe him and unpunch him.
But that's why I don't even want to fish, because I don't have to punch him in the face.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you're against fishing, that's one thing. But you can't be, like... You can't come at me with a moral ground of catching them is fine, but taking them off the hook is not.
No, catching them is horrible, too.
Okay.
But then I freak out. Because to me, I don't want to, like, rip the fuck out of his lip when I was trying to get the hook out.
Yeah, that's fair.
So then I panic.
I mean,
I had to rely on a real man to take that hook out for me.
And how emasculated did you feel at that moment?
With the group of people I was with, it didn't bother me at all.
Okay. You know, something has to look either remotely human, like it has to have arms and legs, or like cuddly and cute for me to care if it dies. Like fish, whatever, who cares?
But cows are cute.
But cows have arms and legs, essentially.
Okay.
But listen, that's why I couldn't go cow hunting. But I can eat a cheeseburger because I didn't have to do it. But
exactly, that's why I can eat fish.
Okay, I mean that's fine. It's fine.
Josh, sushi's delicious. I eat like half dead fish at that point.
Well, sushi is like more alive than cooked fish, right? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're fresh off I just got my head cut off. I'm gonna slice of this bad boy here and just chomp this down with some soy sauce.
Have you ever wanted to try to make sushi at home?
I have.
You have made sushi at home?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I made like the cheetah rolls.
Cheeto rolls.
Cheater.
Oh, what does that mean?
I made cheater rolls. It was just rice, like the fake crab meat, cucumbers, and something else.
Oh. That just seems like the Floby haircut of foods. Just like, sure, it's an approximation of the real thing, but it's not worth it.
Like, it's pretty much how I put all my foods in wraps. Yeah. It's the same thing. You just fucking jam anything and roll up some goddamn seaweed. You can call it sushi. This is a wiener roll. It's actually a hot dog, bread, and some mustard.
Is that your go-to? Just wrap it in something. It's fine.
Yeah, of course. That makes everything more better.
I hate when I go home for lunch and come back to work and someone asks me what I had, and I have to explain like,
peanut butter and jelly.
Well, yeah,
chicken nuggets.
I had to explain like chicken nuggets dipped in barbecue sauce and then rolled up in mozzarella. Like, you had this like dumb stuff. Or like the other day it was it was pulled pork mixed up in rice, cheesy rice, like in a bowl.
I do shit like that too because that's extra filling. I can put rice with anything.
Yeah,
and it's just fucking like rice mixed with X
for real.
And it's a filling meal.
But it's not something that you really want to like broadcast around to people. Like, I don't know. Would you
like on a podcast, for example?
Well, I mean, sure. I don't have any shame when it comes to the podcast, but when it comes to like people I'm face to face with in real life, that's a little bit more embarrassing. When people have to like judge me not on my humorous qualities, but on my actual qualities as a person.
Before they realize I'm funny, they just look at me. And they're like, what are you eating for lunch? And I say, another fucking 14-inch hoagie. Eat the whole thing right now. And then put it down 7 minutes, and they get upset with me.
I hate the people who ask you what you're having for lunch. Just like, go leave me alone. I'm eating. Food's going in my mouth.
The kid that I did the April Fool's prank to asks me almost every day, oh, what'd you get for lunch from down at the cafeteria? And then he looks over my shoulder while I'm eating.
Jesus.
And I have to explain what's in the food. And I get so mad. Because if nothing else, the menu is online.
Yeah.
Like, he can go on the website and see what for lunch is for that day. So just look. Don't fucking ask me when I'm eating. Don't talk to me while I'm eating, pretty much, is the go-to.
I think I told you this story, but I don't think I've said it on the podcast. The other day, I went and got Subway and brought it back to my desk to eat because I had work to do. And I'm trying to like scarf down this fucking Subway. Like, my mouth is full. Subway sandwiches are very distinctive looking, Toby. It's very clear that you have a Subway sandwich, considering, like there's a Subway right there. This lady looks over the cube wall, looks down at my food. It's literally, mid-bite. It's going in my mouth. It's clearly a Subway sandwich. She's like, what'd you get? So like, I stare at her, mouth full. I try to mumble Subway. She goes, what? So then I stare at her again, death stare. I grab the Subway bag and just hold it above my head. No more words were exchanged.
Well, it's like my last job. My boss used to always make fun of me because I got Wawa for lunch every day. Oh, you got Wawa again, huh? Oh, look at you. So I always just get pissed because that motherfucker was making 5 times what I was. Yeah. So the one day I was like, it cost me $5 for lunch. I'm sorry I get the same thing every day. You should be happy I'm coming back and sitting at my desk to fucking eat lunch.
Yeah, that's a benefit for them.
Yeah, I'm fucking working through lunch. They're getting 9.5 hours out of me.
That's why I usually like to like go do something else for lunch and take the full 60 because it's my time. Yeah. You
stretch that out. And then I used to go back late after the 60 because I didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
So I had like hour and a half, 2 hour lunches sometimes. It was fantastic.
Because
that's the thrill of a salary job.
Well, then you're paid more. Like if you take your hours worked per salary per money, you're making more money.
Yeah, it's like a win-win.
You're losing money not taking a 2-hour lunch.
I get to eat and get paid for doing nothing.
That's the life. That's the dream right there.
Josh, I have some scary news for you.
Okay. Do you have rabies?
Yes.
Don't bite me.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Like,
I'm also drinking water.
Nibbles.
But I'm supposed to be afraid of water with rabies, so I'll know this isn't working.
That's stage 2.
Oh, shit, stage 1. Anyway, Josh, one of the Ninja Turtles is about to die.
No, what?
Yeah, in the comic books, legit, they are killing off a Ninja Turtle.
Which one?
Donatello.
He's a bitch anyway.
He's the smartest of all of them.
Who gives a shit about Donatello? Donatello is he's the you, and I don't mean you, I mean like collective you. He's the us of the Ninja Turtles. He's like, if you took the nerd reading the comic books and put him in a turtle suit, that's Donatello.
Okay, well, Leonardo, Raphael, and Michelangelo are sent on a mission in issue 44 to stop Krang from transforming the Earth using an alien device called the Technodrome. So Donatello was left behind the home base, Josh, and Shredder knew about this. He had no intentions to let the Turtles mess with his plan, so he sent Bebop and Rocksteady to kill Donatello should anything go wrong.
Bebop and Rocksteady got the kill?
Yeah,
Confirmed
they went
kill.
in. Rocksteady used his sledgehammer to crush Donatello's shell, but he did not die right away.
Jesus.
So, like, the final picture in the comic book is, like, Splinter sitting over Donatello, like, not in the ninja gear, and a fucking respirator and IV.
Good
With
Lord,
a shattered
man.
shell.
Well, I mean, so he's not dead then. I mean, Shell's fine.
No, he's dead.
I mean, like, legit, is he dead?
That's what they said.
I'm looking at the image right now. I mean, he seems alright.
No, it says he passed away. Josh, he exists between two worlds in this scene.
When your shell is broken, that's, you know...
They can't live without their shell.
He's a shell
that kills them.
Is that true about turtles?
Yeah, it's fucking built into them.
I'm not a turtle scientist, but that doesn't seem right.
Well, you gotta look into this, man.
I saw a picture the other day of a turtle with a giant hole in his shell, and there was like a tree living inside of him.
Apparently, I saw it too. They cleaned it out. It was just like branches were stuck to him.
Oh.
But inside his shell was all black and gangrene because he was dying.
Oh shit! So the turtles are gonna die. So
Yeah.
wait, how do you go on without turtles? First of all, how does that work?
Because there's like 17 sidekicks and shit anymore. They have Mecha Turtle.
What?
They have Casey Jones. Josh, there's enough people to fill in.
Turtles have gotten weird.
Mecha Turtle's been since I was a kid in like the 90s.
Oh.
Casey Jones too. He was in the fucking first movie, for God's sakes.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at this image of like when he got his shell ruptured, like blood on it, and the Mecha Turtles hanging out, and then Splinter saying, "My poor brave son," holding his head in his hands. It looks like the death of Captain America.
Yeah. Josh, Metalhead or Mecha Turtle, whatever. Date of birth, 1989.
I mean, listen, I was a turtle cartoon fan. Was he in the cartoons?
I don't know, maybe.
I never read the comics.
I don't know.
I never read any comics.
I don't know.
I thought, so what? How is this a comic book that's only in like 40 issues? Like, what? There was an original series, right, where they all had the same color masks?
Yeah, because that's when Daredevil was introduced too.
Eastman and Laird and all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is this series? Who's writing this? Who killed Donatello? Who has Donatello's blood on their hands?
Obviously that goes to Tom Waltz and Kevin Eastman.
Oh, so Kevin Eastman's still involved.
Yeah, so you killed him off.
What a dick.
You gotta switch things up, man.
So in comic books, people come back to life all the time.
Yes.
Do you think that'll happen
Almost
here?
exclusively.
Almost exclusively, yeah. Has anyone stayed dead in comics? I mean,
I'm sure there's been a couple. All the fucking Robins.
no, they're all back, right?
I think one of them's permanently gone. I think 2 of the other 3 came back. Because I don't think Dick Grayson ever came back. I know Tim Drake did.
Dick Grayson's around.
Is he?
Yeah. He's a dude.
Then who's the third one?
Dick Grayson's the guy who became Nightwing, right? That one's Nightwing.
Who's the third one?
This is where we type in Robin as quick as we can.
I might be stealthily looking on the internet right
Dick
now.
Grayson was the first one. Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, Damian Wayne. So you were thinking of Jason Todd, but he is back as
Red Mask or Red Hood, or whatever it's called.
that dude.
Well, Damien died too, and they brought him back too. Everyone fucking dies.
Everyone dies and goes back.
You know what? I'm checking back out. Everyone, no one ever dies.
So wouldn't this be funny if it was like the one, like you break a turtle shell, that's for life.
It might be.
What would be your like way to bring him back to life? Like, what would be the storyline you would do for it?
They have his ghost. They take his brain out of his thing, and then put him in a different robot.
Recently, in the Spider-Man comics, there was this thing where Spider-Man's brain got put into Doc Ock's body, and then Doc Ock's body died, and then Doc Ock's brain got put into Spider-Man's body, but then there was like a little remnant of Peter left, so it was Doc Ock controlling Spider-Man, but Peter was in there like telling him like, hey, be a better person. So that was some bullshit. So maybe that could happen. Maybe in the killing process of Donatello, Bebop and Rocksteady got a little piece of Donatello inside of them, and he's going to burst out.
Maybe. I'm looking right now at the list of deceased American comic book characters.
Okay.
The only 2 notable so far is Clayface and Alan Ladd Wellington Scott Green Lantern.
Oh, the Alan Scott Green Lantern? I'm pretty sure he's been back like a billion times.
Jor-El. He's been dead since Action Comics #1.
That doesn't count. That's not even a real. That's someone. That's yeah, sure. I mean, I guess like Uncle Ben is dead as well. He's stayed dead for the most part, except for like weird like Elseworlds titles, like alternate reality titles where he's come back and never died and all kinds of crazy stuff.
I think Professor X didn't come back, did he?
He hasn't yet. I guess. Yeah, he's still dead. That's true. I take it back.
So okay, so we named like one though.
Yeah.
One out of like the 50 fucking things where.
And he'll be back. Let's not kid ourselves. Like they're still in the midst of that storyline. He's gonna be back.
Yeah, they never really die.
I used to have Bebop and Rocksteady toys when I was a kid, and like they were like the changers. You remember that? Where like somehow you like pulled their legs or something, and like their head flipped over upside down, and their arms flipped over, and like it was all kinds of crazy weird stuff going on. But they went from
they went from like normal to angry or something, wasn't it?
No. They went from Bebop and Rocksteady to their human forms.
That's what it was.
It was the most terrifying thing in the world when you think about it, because it's like regular dudes who get turned into these monsters.
That's what the slime does.
I know, but when you're faced with the reality of that as a 7-year-old, it's kind of fucked up.
Josh, Gwen Stacy died.
She did die. She came back as Spider Girl. I mean, yes, it's an alternate reality version of her that never died, so technicality, but comics.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through both the DC and Marvel lists, and I've named only the few notable ones that I'm pretty sure have all come back so far.
Yeah, they've all come back. Comics are terrible. Everyone comes back.
Yeah, so I guess rest in peace, Donatello. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Catch you down the road.
Josh, speaking of dead things,
how
would you like to play a horror game that syncs up with your real life cell phone and fucks with you in real life?
No, you lost me at how would you like to play a horror game?
Would you like to play a game?
No, I'm good. Wait, I didn't tell you the hook. That's all right.
But yeah, so basically the game is called 1214, which is looks like a first-person walk-aroundy horror game where you have a device in the game, but then it syncs up to your real phone where you get fake phone calls and weird vibrations while you're playing the game and you're not playing the game and all that kind of bullshit. And it reminds me of, there was a game back in like the 90s. I think it was called Majestic.
Yes.
Where if you gave them your real phone number, they would call you every couple of weeks with your next mission for the game.
That one was even weirder because that was back before, smartphones and stuff. So like you could also give them like your fax number and they would like fax you shit.
Yeah, you could like,
and your IM. It was like IMs and stuff too.
It was played by phone, email, AOL Instant Messages, BlackBerry Messages, fax, and by visiting special websites.
That's such a cool idea. I never played the Majestic. Did you?
No, that was before I was allowed to involve myself in these kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, but I've only heard it like secondhand. I guess it was just Majestic, not the Majestic.
Yeah, just Majestic.
The Majestic is a movie about a theater that had to get shut down. So I've only heard about Majestic like secondhand from people like talking about it, but it sounds so cool. Like, I don't know. I love that whole like blending reality and game stuff. That just sounds really neat.
So as long as it's not spooky, you're okay with things.
Yeah. If it was cool, if it was just like, we need your help, you need to visit this website, and then I would go there, and they'd be like, you need to type in the solution to this riddle, and then I did, and they're like, thanks, Josh, and then that was it. That'd be fine. Like, if it doesn't creep me out, that's way better.
I gotcha. The original game came out in 2000. Majestic came out in 2001, and it was $10 a month. The first episode was free. The other 4 you had to pay $10 a month to be involved in them. And apparently after September 11th, EA stopped the game because it touched too close to home, something.
Because of the game's subject matter. That's pretty nuts. I didn't realize that September 11th killed Majestic.
No, the terrorists killed Majestic. They stole our freedom, and they stole our majesty.
Man, that's terrible. That's really sad. Oh, it only paused. It came back.
But if you pause something that's that fucking specific in the first place,
yeah,
the interest is gone.
Kind of, yeah, for sure. If this game was like a more gamey version of those like fake boyfriend and girlfriends that we talked about before, that'd be pretty perfect.
So that'd be like that's pretty much what that was. But, that's just like,
yeah,
that's playing a fake relationship game called Invisible Boyfriend / Invisible Girlfriend.
I want at the end of our conversation about IKEA, I want the Invisible Girlfriend to then give me a quest. That's all it is.
IKEA asked me to tell you to buy 3 Fjords, 2 Bjorks, and 7 meatballs from the restaurant. Scan and send in your receipt, and you'll unlock the next part of the quest.
That's some top-notch, off-the-cuff IKEA humor, by the way. Well done on the IKEA names and things to buy there. That's pretty great.
Josh, do you trust doctors?
Not as far as I can throw them.
That's good, but they made a checklist the past couple of years that should make you feel even safer when you're around them.
Okay. I don't at all, so we're starting from 0.
Josh, the checklist has simple questions that help the surgical team not make mistakes. Questions such as, do we have the right patient, and what operation are we performing?
I don't know. Go ahead.
So up until 2008,
no one was asking the tough questions.
They needed a checklist to verify things like, who is this person, and what are we about to do to them?
I don't know if you've ever gone through a surgery or anything. I haven't really for anything serious, but when my mom got her knees replaced, or her knee replaced and stuff, they literally came and made her mark on her leg which one it was supposed to be and stuff. So they definitely do that. It's like, just to be clear, left or right, here, write it down on yourself.
Yeah, they were supposed to put an X on the one side and a thing on the other.
It's messed up. And I think at one point, there was something about the doctor came in and looked at it and then signed it to show yes, I have approved this mark. I agree. I concur. It is the right side.
And I mean, some of the questions are ones that make sense. They have an allergy. Are they going to have, respiration problems during this? But ones is this the right person? Really bother me.
Has anyone replaced your scalpel with a slice of pizza? Yes or no?
Check yes or no.
Are you incredibly intoxicated? Check yes or no.
It's just a blurry line between the two. This is good enough.
That close.
He doesn't necessarily check no.
He's about a 75% yes here. We're good with that.
And since we have a 90% success rate on the surgery in the first place, that drops the stand to about 76% likelihood of success. We can roll with this. Let's go.
The insurance company says that's okay, and we're moving on. Doctors, man. Doctors are the worst.
They get paid a lot for having the red. I basically do the surgery myself. I have to do all the prep work, and he just comes in and fucking cleans up.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of it.
I heard it posited the other day that doctors, the only difference between doctors and sociopath serial killers is affluence. The doctors had things going well for them, so they were able to go to medical school, but they still both get off on cutting people up and dismembering people, and it's all the same, very clinical, just not looking at people as people.
I mean, you'd have to assume that you have to semi-enjoy the cutting people part because you do it all the time. It's not like me when I fucking try to fish hook somebody and I start crying because, oh my god, I see blood. Exactly. You have to actively be oh yeah, I'm about to crack their chest open today. Let's get this heart going.
I love getting coated in my patient's blood, but all for saving their life, though. It's all for saving their life.
Yeah, that's there's that thing where that's why doctors have green scrubs, because if you stare at pink, reddish pink too much, it fucks up with how you see colors.
Oh, okay.
And that's why that's why they have green. So if you look up, it resets your eyes from the green to the red and fixes your rods and cones.
Don't get near my rods or cones. Just future reference.
Josh loves near his rods. Josh, I don't know if you know this or not, but every week you can write into cast@geek-pop.com and you can ask us questions for the show.
That's the thing that happens?
Every once in a while, people do it.
I don't think I've ever been present on the show for that.
Oh, well, Josh, it's about to happen.
That sounds all right, though. All right. Who's this missive from, Toby?
Josh, this first missive...
A missive is a fancy word for message, everybody.
This missive message...
No, you don't have to say it twice. That's like soda pop. You're making me angry.
This soda pop of a message is from Kieran, where he would like to know, what is the weirdest thing we've ever eaten? His, being from the UK, is black pudding, which is basically blood and oatmeal.
Blood and oatmeal?
Yeah,
I mean, oatmeal's shitty enough on its own. Why do you have to add blood to it?
Well, because you gotta make it better.
What the shit? What? You just pour blood in it?
Okay, let me look up the fucking recipe, alright?
Oh, wait.
Black pudding.
Wait, black pudding is it's like a sausage.
It's made of blood, though.
What's blood sausage? Is blood sausage just blood?
It's generally made from pork blood and a relatively high proportion of oatmeal.
Oh, well,
so it's blood and oatmeal.
I was all really against it, but then I looked at it, and it basically is just like sausage, which is fine. Like I would eat that.
No, it looks like sausage, Josh.
Which is fine.
But it's not sausage; it's blood.
Things only need to look like other things for me to be into them.
Blood.
I think I would eat it if it looked very sausage-like and not blood-like. So some of these look very blood-like.
Josh, they make vegetarian black pudding, which doesn't have blood in it.
What is it replaced with? Sausage?
Beetroot.
Beetroot.
That sounds even worse.
That sounds like a completely different dish at that point. It's like, so this thing has 2 ingredients. We changed one of them. It's a different item, right?
This is tofurkey. It's just like a turkey, but it's not.
I've never found those things to be true. I've never found them to be anything remotely related to the item. Some of them are not bad, but they're different things. They're wholly different foods.
When I tried to go vegetarian once, I got the Boca Burgers.
Yeah.
And they're okay. Like it's not great.
Story,
it doesn't
bro.
really taste like a burger. It had cheese in it, but it doesn't really taste like cheese then either.
Yeah, but it's something that isn't bad, but is not at all what it's trying to emulate.
No. And if you're a vegetarian, I can respect that. But if you're going to try to tell me it tastes like that thing, you are full of shit.
Yeah.
Let's taste this tofu. It tastes just like steak. No, it doesn't.
So what's your weirdest food you've ever had?
Well, me and my friends eat weird shit all the time. So the last weird one I can remember is frog's legs.
Okay.
Which I guess isn't that weird.
Yeah, I've had
We've
those.
done that. We've tried to eat chicken feet before.
Okay.
And we're currently shopping around prices on animal testicles.
Well, so funny you mentioned that, because my weirdest food I've eaten is chicken balls.
Why?
Chicken
Why chicken
testicles.
balls?
Chicken testicles.
Why chicken ones?
Because someone said, here, you want to try one of these? They're chicken fries. And I said, yeah, sure. And I tried it. I was like, that's really good. Guess what? They're testicles.
They are.
Yep.
So you're saying you like testicles.
I was younger, but it tasted like a chicken nugget, basically. So I was essentially tricked, and I ate it and liked it, and then later was told what it actually was.
Okay.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
So you're not happy with that.
I was not happy they had balls in my mouth, I guess. I mean, that's not something you really, start the day thinking is going to happen.
I guess that makes sense. Josh, at exoticmeatmarkets.com, they have a whole section of animal balls you can buy.
Cool.
Like guinea pig testicles?
Yeah.
That seems like a very small amount of food.
That's a very specific animal to eat the balls of.
Yeah, they have like alpacas, alligators, lamb, goats, roosters. That's what Josh had.
Yeah.
Those are called Rooster Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters. Yeah, I've heard that term as well.
You can get some ducks, you can get some yak testicles, and you
Nice.
get bunny testicles.
Do you remember the show Fear Factor?
I do. When they ate like just bull cock
Yeah.
in like semen sauce and just fucking.
I can't believe that show existed, because my only recollection of that show is just people eating testicles. Just the only thing I remember about it. I can't believe that they let Joe Rogan force people to eat testicles for like 11 seasons or something, right?
Yeah, so like I don't think it was that long, but so Joe Rogan has his own podcast and he has his own he's a comedian first. So one of his comedy skits was about how fucked up he was at the end of Fear Factor. He used to always get high before he went on set, and he was like, the one day I really stopped and thought about my life when I was cheering on a girl to jam as many cocks in her mouth as possible without gagging. He's like, I really had to think about myself that day and wonder what the fuck I was doing with myself.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Also, there were 6 seasons, apparently.
Well, I feel like it went away and then it came back for a little bit.
Oh yeah, revived.
Yeah. Josh, one time on Fear Factor, someone tried to get in a fight with Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan knows MMA, so he just took the guy down immediately.
For real?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Joe Rogan's a cool dude.
You can find that video on YouTube. Everyone that's listening to this.
I think Joe Rogan is a dummy. I'm gonna put that out there. Let's start a feud with Joe Rogan.
Okay.
I don't like when Joe Rogan goes on his stupid rants about and then I was in the sensory deprivation chamber and I was really high on drugs and I went on a spiritual journey, man. I don't know. I don't like that.
That's why I like Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Because he has the alternate lifestyle and thought processes that I feel like I can apply myself to.
I think it's weird that a dude who's into that type of stuff would also be and then it's really cool when the dude punched the other dude.
Why?
That's MMA. I don't know. It just seems antithetical. Is that a word?
I guess so.
It seems antipasti.
That's just delicious. So on that note, Josh, where can you find you during the week for more nonsense?
You can find me on Twitter at JoshTastrophe.
And you can find me on Twitter at Girls Heart Geeks. Josh, do you have a closing thought for the listening audience?
Go out there and eat a testicle. It's not that bad.
Go out there and get high and do UFC because it seems like the way to go if you want to get famous. Once again, I was Toby.
And I was Josh.
Thanks.
How'd you know I was ready? It's lovely. Keep doing that. Keep it up. Keep it up. This is great. Great audio.
All I wanted was acknowledgement.
That's all bullies and shitheads ever want. They just want someone to look over and say, cut that shit out. So when you do, you're giving them what they want. I don't want to give you what you want.
Josh, that sound was the sound of me trying to make my Songbird plushie flap away.
Oh, is that the thing you spent like $100 on? $44 on?
It's awesome.
What's it look like?
A leather Songbird.
And what are you going to do with it?
Play with it. It has like metal rods through its wings.
Yeah.
And you can go like this on the desk.
Two things. One, I appreciate that. Are we going to talk about this on the show?
No.
Okay. One, I appreciate that your answer wasn't just display it, it was play with it. So I'll give you props for that. And two, I really like that you spend like a lot of money on a plushie and then you just bang it on the desk like an idiot.
I mean, I don't know what else I'll do with it.
Exactly.
My paint!
It's such a weak argument.
It's the same thing.
No, mine's for a game that I'm playing with.
So is mine. Mine's for a game called BioShock Infinite.
But like, I'm playing with human beings in public, not, I don't know.
I play BioShock with girls in the house.
With girls on the house. Name 5 girls you played with BioShock.
I can name 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I don't have 5, but I have 2, and that's unacceptable for some reason?
Yeah, because it didn't fit the parameters of my... Ow, fucking magnets just pinched me. Didn't
Good cocksucker.
Yeah, I bought magnets. I have got magnets in the
Oh,
mail.
we do magnets play with girls. Magnets up the...
Your arguments aren't even sentences anymore. Oh, magnets play with girls.
Oh, magnets.